Everyone. Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been putting in solid foundations for the past 4 years, and we're now expanding our economy to benefit all our citizens by improving the liquidity and the value of our currency. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or now X, isn't it? And in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Updates. And we'll be heading over there in a moment because that is where we get the majority of our comments, and we can put names to the people in Facebook. But I see we do have Lewis in from Portugal in YouTube, and Colin in from South Africa, also in YouTube. We always get started with a short prayer, and the short prayer is there to help us find true happiness in life. It's something that you can't buy. Doesn't matter how much money you've got, you won't necessarily be happy. But if you go about life in loving service to others, then not only will you find that joy within you, but also everything that you want and need in life will start flowing to you. You won't have to stress out chasing after money or wondering how you can make the time to be with the kids or the family or whatever. It'll all happen for you. And that's what that prayer is about. And we'll follow that with a little affirmation. And the affirmation is there because we are a non-separatist community. Anybody can join us. Anybody can be a citizen. There's no fee to pay. All you do is prove that you are a real person. And having done that, that's it. There's no obligation. There's no fee. You can get involved in any of the opportunities, I suppose you would call them, that we offer, but it's completely up to you. And every citizen gets given some of our currency every month, and they build that into a wealth fund to last for generations to come. Of course, if you are in the plans that we have, the businesses, the industries, the opportunities, whatever you want to call them, and you are earning commissions there, those are paid instantly to you. So you can put bread on the table very easily, very quickly. But the wealth fund that we build for you is governed by the liquidity that you build in that fund through your efforts in our community. And it can be released anything from like as little as $1 a month up to $10,000 a month from that fund. But the important thing is that when people do join, we don't pigeonhole them because of where they come from or what they look like or their gender or anything at all. We just see everybody as a human being, and we recognize all human beings are unique. So every human being has something unique to offer our community, and therefore is of equal value to every member of our community. So we're just one big family of humanity, all equal in those ways. And that's what our affirmation's about. So I see we've got several people in from Facebook. So we better get over there and see who they are and say hi. So let me get over there. When I get to Facebook, I'm looking for, let me turn my speakers off first so that we don't get any feedback. And then I'm looking for We Share Abundance updates. And with a bit of luck, we'll find the April the 6th. How about that? And if we click, we'll get the comment panel. Excuse me. And we've got Verna in from South Africa, Richard from Devon in England, some from Nigeria. And that's it. I thought we had more people commenting, but that appears to be it at the moment. So we're going to get started now with that short prayer, then the affirmation, then we'll get right into any updates that are available. We'll answer any questions that crop up, and we'll give you the numbers for the last 24 hours. Okay, so let's get started right away. Dear Heavenly Father, We are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member finds the joy of service. And through service, bless each member that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. And our little affirmation, we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Okay. So whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live, welcome to you. The replays are always available in the Facebook group and also on YouTube, I believe. They may also be available in Twitch, I'm not sure. And I've no idea if they're available in X. Okay, so with that said, where are we up to? With it being a weekend, the developers are not working, so there's no development going on there. In the background, I'm trying to do a few things to get ready for next week when the developers are available again. Just checking through a few things and trying to get things smoothed out a little bit as much as possible. Just to clarify a couple of points that have come up in tickets, every phase operates in the same way regarding the first 4 places. The first place you always retain. So when you refer somebody personally, you fill that first place. That's the only way that it can get filled. But as you go through the phases, everybody that follows you through is treated as a personal referral. So as long as you look after phase 1, all the other phases will look after themselves. I'm talking about our 777 plan. It's an amazing plan, and I'll give you a bit more information about it in a moment. But the second position is always passed up, and you lose that person. You're not going to get pass-ups from them. You're not going to get commissions from them. They are passed up to your sponsor as though that your sponsor actually personally referred them. So they count as a personal referral for your sponsor, with the exception that they cannot go into a pass-up position. They've got to go into a pay line. So they can't go into position 1. So they go into position 3 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Because position 3, you retain, but you don't get a commission on that first person in that pay line. That commission goes into the fund to provide the free entries that we give everybody that make this plan different and make it work. It's the fuel for the engine. The engine is very powerful, but without fuel, it's no good. The free entries that we give are the fuel. They've got to come from somewhere, and they come from you. As you progress through the phases, every third position, you give up your commission as admin gives up their fee, and it goes into the fund to provide those free entries. Position 4 is again passed up. After that, all the positions are retained by you in every phase. But in phase 1, you only get paid on positions 5, 6, and 7. Positions 8 upwards, once again, are like position 3. You retain that pay line, but the first person in the pay line, you lose the commission for. Once again, it puts money into that fund to pay for the free entries that are being given out to everybody. The subsequent phases, phase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, there's no restriction on the commission. It keeps going. There are no more unpaid commissions, if you like, in those positions, that they all qualify. So it's only phase one. Phase one is what you want to work on. Phase one is the engine, it is the fuel, it is the whole basis of the whole program. And the more energy you put into building phase one, the better everything else will work for you. The more people you help, the more they will help you. The amount of income that you earn never changes. It is fixed by the plan. But the amount of income that you've earned that you can withdraw depends on those first four positions in phase one. And it applies to the commissions in all phases. So if you have all four positions, those first four positions in phase one completed, then you will be able to withdraw 100% of your earnings. If you only have 3 of those first 4 positions filled, you can only withdraw 75% of your earnings. And if you only have 2 of those positions filled, you can only withdraw 50% of your earnings. In theory, if you've only got 1 position filled, you can only withdraw 25% of your earnings. But it's almost impossible to have any earnings and only 1 position filled. There will always be 2 positions filled. So you will always be able to withdraw 50% of your earnings. We don't take the rest away from you. It's there. And as soon as you qualify by completing additional placements in those first 4 places, that is released to you. The free entries are, as I said, the fuel that drives the system. Now, what happens with those free entries is you get them allocated to you, and they are placed in the place where they do the plan most good. Okay. So the first free entry would go into position 2 if you've not already filled position 2. It will never go into position 1. The only way you can fill position 1 is through a personal referral. If it goes into position 2, it is then passed up to your sponsor, but it's completed your requirement to fill that position 2. It doesn't earn you anything. But you'll all get at least 2 free entries, and the second free entry you get, which you have to wait another 30 days for. The first one comes after 7 days, and then there's 30 days minimum in between getting any additional free entries. 30 days later, you get another free entry. Now, if you've not filled position 3, that free entry will go into position 3. And that you won't get a commission for, but it will start a pay line, and you will start getting pass-ups from that. And those pass-ups will earn you commissions and progress you as you go along. If you're only entitled to 2 free entries and you don't refer anybody, positions 2 and 3 will be all that are filled, and you will only be able to withdraw 50% of your income. So when you get out there and you decide that it's worthwhile, you can put somebody into position 1, somebody into position 4, and withdraw the remaining amount of your income. The great thing about the free entries are when you get one allocated, it's empty. It needs a person putting in there. It's a paid position. That paid position is there. It doesn't cost the person that gets allocated to that position anything, and it doesn't cost you, the sponsor, anything. It's in that, it's taken out of that fund that we build. And you can put in anybody that you choose. You have 24 hours to put somebody in there that you choose. And why wouldn't you want to do that? Because whoever you put into that position is going to benefit from the plan. The plan is designed so that everybody, with no exception, will make a profit. And if it's costing them nothing, it's very easy to make a profit. But they will make the same profits that anybody else does. It because they've got a free entry doesn't mean that they're going to be restricted in any way. They can go ahead, they can refer people or not as they choose, and they will progress through the plan and make hundreds and then thousands of dollars. So why wouldn't you want to put in somebody of your own choosing? Your mother, your father, your grandfather, your children, your brothers, sisters, friends, neighbors. Briefly explain that they're going to make money from it. All they need to do is log in on a regular basis. Takes them less than a minute a day, probably certainly less than 2 minutes a day, and they will make money. Not instantly. We're not talking about getting rich overnight. You know, we see these things. I saw one today. Somebody's promoting. It's $1.50 to earn $10,500. Is that possible? Yeah, it's possible, but it's very unlikely because you've got to build a network of at least 10,000 people to be able to get that. And most people can't build that type of numbers unless they're in the 777 plan. People in the 777 plan will, in time, have 10,000 members because of the free entry system. It stops it stalling. It stops the way that most plans fail is because most people do not refer anybody. They get in, they're all pumped up. Oh, it's only $1.50 and I can make 10,000. And they ask a few people to join and they say, oh, it's one of those internet scams, and they never bother again. So it stops the growth. But with our system, because of the free entries coming in, the growth never stops. If people say, oh, I'm not going to introduce anybody, or they ask somebody and they say no, and they go, oh, I'm getting rejection, I'm not going to ask anybody else, the free entries will still be there. So they have that. It stops the plan stalling. It makes sure that we're always progressing in the plan. And if they choose not to put somebody in that they know and love, misguidedly in my opinion, but it's their choice, then we have a waiting list of around 40,000 people that we can place in there for them. Now, it's important that we keep building that waiting list, and we will endeavour to do that, because 40,000 sounds like a lot of people, and it is initially, but they can be used up very, very quickly as we start to grow. So it is beneficial to the system and beneficial to your family, your friends, your loved ones if you refer people and put them into that free position. Doesn't cost anything. There's no risk. It's simple. The system will do everything for them if they don't want to do anything themselves. So it's a wonderful opportunity that you have to help other people. But if you don't, we'll be using that waiting list that we have, and we'll be putting people in there for you. The great thing about that is we have a lot of members that have been with us for a long time that have not been able to generate any income. And now, as we pick people out of those members that aren't in the 777 plan, put them into this plan, they're going to make money. So everybody eventually within We Share Abundance is going to generate income. And people will say, oh, these things saturate. Nothing has ever saturated. If it does, the people that are in at the beginning are going to be multimillionaires, believe me. So that is the exciting thing that I want to try and get over to you about the 777 plan. Help as many people as you can. Help them by getting them in, whether you pay for them or whether you get them in as a free entry or whether they pay for themselves. Look, it's only $5 as a minimum level of entry. It's better, it's more advantageous if they join with more than just phase one. It helps them and it helps you and it helps the whole community. But the bottom line is, as a minimum, $5. Okay, so that is an amazing opportunity for you to get out there, go the extra mile, be of loving service to others, generate happiness in their lives, happiness in your own life, and you'll find that because of it, everything that you want and need will flow to you. Let's see who else we've got in here. We had Sam. I remember seeing Sam. We've got Norman in from Doncaster in England. We got Walter in from, I think, from Nigeria as well. I should know, but I don't. But I think it's Nigeria as well. And we've got Peter in from Portugal. Will the free entry we get and give to someone have our name attached to the new position? Will it have your name attached to it? No, it'll have whoever you put in there name attached to the position. It'll go into your phase depending on where it goes in. If it goes in position 2, it'll be passed up. If it goes into position 3, it'll be retained by you. If it goes into position 4, it'll be passed up. Anywhere else, it'll be retained by you. I don't know whether that's answered your question because I didn't really understand it, but there you go. Okay. Walter says he is Nigerian, but he's in Namibia. Okay. Right. So that is what really thrills me about this, is that even the people that have become despondent and are passive, they're just sat there thinking the plan's not worked for me. Eventually, they're going to get one of those free positions and they're going to start making money. And we're going to brighten their life up. We're going to share some abundance with them. Okay. Right. I really don't have much else to tell you, and I can't see any questions, but we'll check in the app in a moment. But we'll give you the numbers before I do that. Last 24 hours, we added 20 people into our registered members. Went up to 41,775. I'm not sure how many of our registered members are in the 777 plan, but I doubt whether it's over 1,000 at this moment in time. So that means we've got over 40,000 people waiting in our waiting list. But don't feel sorry for them. Get your family in first, okay? When your family are all in, and your friends and your neighbors, then you can start putting in these other people. Peter again asking, so the free position is for me? The free position is in your phase. It has to be allocated to some other person. So I thought I could give the free position to my wife for her position 3. No, the free position is placed in your phase. You can't give it away. You give the benefit of it away, but you can't move it anywhere unless it falls into your position 2 or 4, in which case it would automatically be passed up. But it can't be moved from where we place it through the system. It stays with you. Yeah. Okay, so we have 20 net increase in our registered members. We have an increase of 3 in our active members. These are people that have verified the KYC, ready to make withdrawals. You can't withdraw if you're not KYC verified. we will, I think, in the near future, I talked about it the other day, be putting in a system that will verify people usually within about 60 seconds. It's a very, very powerful system, and it will also stop duplicate entries, and it'll take a bit of the workload off our support teams. Okay. So just 3 people. And then we had no change in the membership levels in Multiply Weezer, which is a sister site, which won't be doing much until we put the Weezer token onto another blockchain. It's in Waves at the moment and has no value. So we're going to move it strategically and beneficially into another blockchain project, probably the Binance Smart Chain, the same as our ShareHope token. And then we will be able to control the supply, demand, and liquidity and value in the same way as we do with ShareHope. But the bonus pool went up. It went up more than I expected, actually. It went up, how much? Where were they? 49.50. Went up about $1.30 today. And we get that just from logging in. It's a revenue share. So it depends on the revenue that is there available. It's shared out between all the people that log in. And we got $1.30 today, taking the bonus pool up to $10,386.80. The bonus pool in Multiply Weezer will be used once we get that token transferred for the benefit of the members of Multiply Weezer. Okay, let's have a look at what else we've got. We've got Walter. If I pass up 2 people in phase 1, will I pass up 2 new people in my pay line in phase 2? You pass up 2 people in every phase. It's possible if you never introduced anybody to only pass 1 person up in phase 1, but as people follow you through into the other phases, they will fill all the positions. So you will always pass up 2 people in every phase after phase 1. And I believe that everybody will in time refer sufficient people to pass up 2 in phase 1, because they'll want to release what will amount to thousands of dollars if they don't refer anybody from their earned income there. They'll only have been able to pull out half of it, and there'll be thousands of dollars just stuck there waiting just for them to refer 2 people at $5 each. Most people are going to do that because it doesn't take an awful lot of effort. And when you're motivated by knowing that referring 2 people for $5 each is going to pay you $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever it may be, you're going to do it. Okay. So every phase works the same. You pass up 2 people in every phase. It doesn't matter what else you bring, whatever conditions you bring into things, they all work in the same way. Position 2 and position 4 are passed up. Position 3 is not passed up, but you earn no commission on the first member of that pay line. I hope that's answered your question for you, Walter. Let's get into the app here, and we'll see if we've got any questions or any more people in. We had Lewis and Colin in. We got Ron in as well from Amsterdam. And as I scroll down, let's see, Colin, as you say, 40,000 will get used up, but if everybody gets a new pay line each week, irrespective if they recruit, are we ever likely to run out of people? Once again, you're looking at saturation. Nothing is ever saturated. When we get to the point where there's nobody in the waiting list, it means that anybody that joins would immediately get a free position and be in a position to make money. It would be a piece of cake to sign people up they'll just, as soon as they join, boom, they'll be allocated a free position. It's unlikely to ever get to the point where we can't fill those positions. Colin says, if I look at phase 2, that will use up 4,338 people by week 34. Okay. It doesn't matter how many there are. The people will be made available. Everybody wants something that is free, risk-free, and will make them money. And when people really understand what's happening, they're going to want to put their family in. I mean, their family and friends. Everybody has about 200 people now. Doesn't mean that everybody in that 200 would be willing to take a free position. We can help everybody. We can help anybody, but we can't help everybody, because everybody won't say, yeah, put me in. Most people will, but not everybody. But we can help anybody. And it just makes sense that people will put in their spouse, their father, their mother. And if we run out of people in that 40,000, which, may well happen, but we are growing all the time as well. We're getting people coming in and joining us all the time. Then those that number is going to increase. Actually, in the 4 years we've been around, we've had something like 500,000 people through our door. Now, many of them got disillusioned and left, so that's why we're down to 40,000, 10% of what came through originally, or over time. But that is slowed down to more of a trickle now, and we're getting people actually wanting to come back in because of the 777 plan. As I say, nothing is ever saturated, and if it does, you're going to be a millionaire, okay? And we've got Kingsley in as well on YouTube from Manchester, UK. He usually is in on Facebook, but I don't know why he couldn't find Facebook for whatever reason the other day, so maybe that's the case again today. But that has answered all the questions. Let me just go back, because we've got a question here, and we're back on the little self instead of the big self. The more you give, the more you will receive. The plan is built around that philosophy, and stop thinking about me. Start thinking about them. Start thinking about what you can do. That's the first thing. But Walter says it's possible to lose your best working downline as a pass up to somebody else along the line. Yeah, and that can happen in any phase, at any time, but it doesn't matter, because that person is only going to be one pay line. That person is one pay line. No matter how big a recruiter they are one pay line. And you're only going to get one pass up, 2 pass ups from that person ever anyway. No matter how big they build their level, you're only going to get 2 pass ups from that person. And you're going to get that from everybody anyway. So it makes no difference. But stop thinking about, I might lose this, I might lose that. There's Start thinking about what you can give to people, how you can benefit them, how you can share some love and abundance. Stop thinking about the little self, what's in it for me. Think about how you can help other people, how you can help them get their people, how you can benefit people by getting them into the plan that don't understand it, help them. That's what you should be thinking about. And if you go about life in that way, you won't need to worry about anything else. Is there a way to reward people who are recruiting? People will be rewarded through their recruiting. The more people you bring in, the more pay lines you will have. And it's not just one person creating one pay line, because they will pass up two. So it's like 3 people. Now that's only one pay line in the phase that they come in phase 1. But those 3 people go through as your personal referrals in phase 2. So those 3 people then become 3 personal referrals in phase 2, and they'll each pass up 2. So that's 6 people that you've got going into phase 3. And those 6 people, when they go into phase 4, become 18 people. So the plan, don't worry about the plan. Worry about doing your bit. Worry about helping people get in it. Worry about helping the people that you help get in it. Get at least 2 people. If they get 2 people, they'll fill those first 4 places in phase 1, and they're then in the gravy train. The more people they get, the faster they'll make more money. But that's up to them. It doesn't affect you. You're only going to get 2 pass-ups from everybody anyway. You lose 1 person, you lose 2 people, you're going to get 2 pass-ups from everybody else. So give happily as much as you can. Okay. Right. That's that question answered. Let's get back to the app, see if there's any more in there. You still can't get into Facebook. I don't know why you can't get into Facebook, Anthony. It might be from your settings to those that can see. TikTok is the only thing I see when I log in to We Share Abundance Publicly site. We're not in We Share Abundance Publicly site, Anthony. We're in We Share Abundance Updates group. And I gave you the link to that the other day. And there is a link to that in the We Share Abundance Publicly group. And there was also a message sent to your inbox telling you that the updates would be in the group We Share Abundance Updates. So if you look in the right place, you'll find us. Okay, God bless. Right, I don't think there's anything else. I can't see any more questions. And with it being a Saturday, it'll give everybody a chance to get out and enjoy the weekend. I know that we usually have people in from New Zealand as well, where it would be Sunday morning anyway. But I haven't seen anybody from New Zealand today. We've got somebody with a bit of understanding in Facebook. I don't know who that is. Let me just have a look. That's Walter. The system is perfect. It solves every MLM problem. Yes, it does. It does, because what we did is we looked at the problems and we said, what are the problems? Why do these plans fail? And how can we stop them failing? And we have the answer. We have the solution. No other plan out there has it at this moment in time. There is no doubt in my mind that in time they will. But if I just turn this around a little bit, can we? No. Yeah. think we should be able to see. There's my pal there, okay, sat on the settee, waiting for me to take him out for his evening walk. So, with that said, it's stopped raining as well. It's been chucking it down most recently. So I'll take advantage of it while it is stopped raining, unless anything else comes in. Nope. So that's it from me, folks. I'll be here same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, X, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Updates. Okay? And with that said, get out there. Get your family in. If you've got free entries coming, put people in position ready so that you can, as soon as you get your free entry, you can just enter their username in that box. Put them in there ready. Some of you have 7 free entries coming. Get 7 people lined up and put them in those free entry places. If you've only got the 2 free entries, okay. Many of you will have had your first one already, but get somebody in ready for that second one. The second one start coming through, I think, on the 7th or 8th of this month. So that will be tomorrow or the day after. Get prepared. Put people in there ready and then pop the username in. Boom. They're in the system. They are going to make money. Okay? So get out there. Go that extra mile. Share some love and abundance. And I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Come on. In a wild